Hello, I am AquaRS, and this is going to be a series that I'm going to be doing for you all, which is going to be the Hero Spotlight and Review. So in this, I will be going through every hero, telling you what they're good at, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, and kind of giving you at home, for those of you that don't know, or for those of you that just got the hero, a bit of an insight as to what kind of hero you have and what they're good at. Today is the first spotlight, and we are focusing on Cecia. Now, Cecia is somebody you do get from the first 10 summons in the game. So when you start the game, you do your first 10 summons. It will give you Cecia. So for a beginning account, especially a free-to-play, Cecia is going to be your crutch. She's going to be very, very good, and she's somebody that you want to focus on. You can get the souls as well from the shop, and I'll show you where that is for those of you that don't know. I'm sure a lot of you know, but if you go to the arena store, if you focus on arena, make sure you buy those extra tokens. You can buy one, and it refreshes every month, so you can buy a Cecia just from using the arena store. You should be able to then max her out. Now, I don't have her at Mythic Plus yet, but Mythic Plus is when you unlock her weapon, and the weapon is the harp. Now, why is Cecia so good? So Cecia's ultimate is she summons Mr. Carlisle. In my videos, I've been calling him Mr. Hyde, but it's Mr. Carlisle, and Mr. Carlisle is a beast, like a demon that she summons on the opposite side of the playing field, which as soon as he lands will entangle and root the enemies, and he deals physical damage. Although she is range, he deals physical damage. It's insane the amount of damage he can put out, especially if you focus on your equipment and make sure you're always upgrading it, because he does deal some insane damage. Second ability is she'll increase hers and his attack speed, so they'll be able to attack quicker. The faster they attack, obviously, the faster more damage they're going to deal per second. So that again is incredible. Cecia deals enormous damage every few normal attacks. So this is good, especially if you're doing solo Crucible in the open world. Make sure you're checking on the side, because there are some requirements that sometimes they may not take physical damage. If they're not going to take physical damage, you don't want to use Cecia, because Mr. Carlisle is the biggest kind of damage dealing ability she has. So you want to make sure you're watching out for that. But she just has such a good burst of DPS, and she's so accessible early game. This is why she's so good. Cecia's attack speed increases during battle. She gains extra attack speed with Mr. Carlisle's presence. So as soon as she spawns him, she's gonna get faster and faster and faster. And if you've got it good, and I will be doing some a play test with her in a moment, she'll spawn him in. He'll attack, he'll start to take damage, and his health drops. Her ultimate builds back up, and if she's quick enough, instead of casting him again, all she'll do is she'll buff him back up to full health, and he'll entangle again. So it's a constant round of that. Mythic Plus, you also unlock her weapon, but she entangles an enemy and absorbs stats from the target. This is insane, because she's going to root them so they're stuck, and then she's going to absorb some of their stats. So if you are fighting a better team than yours, if you're doing an AFK stage, that's going to come in great. And now Supreme Plus is, not a lot of people aren't going to get this early on. If you're spending, you probably will, but if you're free to play or you're a low spender like me, this is something that isn't going to come straight away. I need one more copy of her to take her to Mythic Plus, and hopefully I've got the acorns to take her straight to Supreme, but not Supreme Plus. The required normal attacks to trigger Agonizing Puncher is reduced. Agonizing Puncher is this one here, where she deals enormous damage. So it basically reduces the normal attacks required. So she's then going to get that off even quicker, which is kind of insane when you think about it. Just to give you a little taste of what she can do, I'm not really sure what mode I can take her in. In fact, I can just take her into Dreamwalk, into the Dream Realm. So when I normally have her, I normally power her up with Smokey. You can also use Rowan, because Rowan will get her ability off quicker. But what I'll do is I'll play it, and I'll slow it down just so you can see it instead of having to kind of, you know, blink and you'll miss it. So she builds her attack up here. You can see her ultimate's being built up. And as soon as her ultimate is about to go... Oh, she's been snowballed. She's not going to do it yet. Trust that to happen on the video. There's so many other heroes you could have you could have snowballed then, but you decided to pick Cecia. So here we go. So her ult's about to pick up. I think she's silenced from the boss. Here we go. Now she spawned Mr. Carlisle in. Mr. Carlisle's here. You see this big demon that's just spawned in. Now he's going to continuously attack, and he does deal a lot of damage. He does have a health bar, so it's essentially you're spawning in. You've got like a sixth hero essentially. So he's going to keep going, and I'm just wondering if she's going to get her ult off before he dies. Nope, he's died. That's absolutely fine. If he was still alive, his health would have gone to basically full. She's silenced now. Wait for the silence to come off. There we go. She's going to spawn him in again. Now, you can't really see it, but when he spawns, he entangles. It says unaffected because it is a boss, but he entangles her. But then you have Mr. Carlisle, who deals just insane physical damage, which is great. And the best thing about it is if you do have a healer like Smokey, or you have someone like Lucius, who's a good early game tank for a lot of you, Smokey can heal, and Lucius can place a shield onto Mr. Carlisle. So she early game is an insane hero. I think she drops off late game. The only reason I think she drops off late game is because of the Hyperion champions you can get. That just took me to rank 37. Nice. Because of the Hyperions you can get, and because of the other kind of combinations that you can have. So a lot of the later game heroes, for example, I've got Reyna. Reyna, if I was to have him exactly the same as her, as Mythic, he would be insane. But as an early game, she is going to take you all the way up. She is going to fall off late game, but she's going to carry you all the way through. She's a very, very good carry champion. That's Cecia. There's not much else to say about her, other than just make sure you're saving your arena tokens. If you're a non-spender as well, I definitely recommend making sure that you prioritize getting her from the store, because if you can make her Mythic Plus and unlock her weapon, you're laughing. You're gonna go further. I'm AFK. I hope you enjoyed that video. The next one will be coming out very, very soon. I will be doing a review and spotlight on every single hero in the game, so then you know what they're good at, what their weaknesses are, and what their strengths are. I hope you have a nice day. Take care.